How's it going, YouTube? Well, it seems to me that there's a big lack of truth, and it's not necessarily intentionally done. It's simply in this day and age, it seems easier to discard, manipulate, or hide the truth than it is to accept the truth. Because accepting the truth, the real truth, indicates and points you in the direction that you are indeed a unknowing, willing slave to a higher class of citizens. And it is what it is. Now, we became slaves by allowing this current form of government to continue. And the first form of this government was religion. And it is what it is. You can sugarcoat it, make it sound as nice as you want to, but it doesn't change the fact that a government is a higher class of citizens ruling a lower class of citizens. Now you have religious government, and now you have political government. They own both sides of the playing field. The game is no longer fair. It's not a playable game. Game over. That's why nothing changes. That's why history repeats itself. These people own both halves of the playing field, and until we do something about it, it's not going to change. Not this age, not the next age, not until we fully understand what they're doing. Now, the ruling class, these people, this bloodline, who I've spoken about in my last video about the King of the Hill, this bloodline who was the King of the Hill from the last age, they found that this government works, and that as long as these governments are in place, they will forever be in power. And as long as they're in place, nothing will change. That's why nothing changes. That's why history always repeats itself, because that's how they want it, because that's how they need it. Because if things do change, if the current system of ruling does change, they won't be in power anymore. You get it? You know, that brings me to Jesus. Who was Jesus really? Now, a lot of people think that Jesus was some half-god, miraculous magician pulling off tricks to impress people. And that's not the case at all. Jesus was a man who saw flaws in the system. A man who saw hope being lost. And he had a certain relationship with understanding what God is, what God was. And what God is you. God works through you. God sees through your eyes. If you want miracles done, you need to do them. God works those miracles through you. You see what I'm saying? Now, Jesus understood this. Jesus knew this. And Jesus needed, or he felt the need, to educate other people in this area, to give them hope. Because in that time, there was no hope to be found. I mean, there was wars and plagues and famine, and a dream, a hope, goes a long way. And it's as simple as that. He went to the lesser desirables. He went to the people that thought that they would never feel another hug, and he hugged them. He went to prostitutes, thieves, vagabonds. He went to farmers and all the people that were being ruled by this higher class of ruling citizens. He went to all the lower class citizens and said, hey, this is how it is. Don't lose hope. And this is why. Everything can change. Everything can be better. Everything will be better. It's all okay. That's your problem. That's what you need to change. That is your problem. He knew that the system was bad. Now think about this. What sins did Jesus die for? The only sins that Jesus died for was for the fact that nobody helped him. Out of all the people that he helped, out of all the people that he gave hope to and helped and was the miracle for. No one was the miracle for him. No one helped him. Out of the thousands, possibly millions of people witnessing his crucifixion, they decided to not uprise, they decided to not help. Instead, they sat back, cowered, and mourned while he died in front of their eyes. No one raised a finger, no one raised a hand, and the church continued to gain power. Like I said, guys, you have a little over a year to figure it all out. And hopefully, for your sake, you do. With that said, have a good day.